Hey guys, welcome back. It is premiere time. We got the Premiere Beer. Join the Discord. Go to the Premiere Beers channel. Post your beer. Post your beverage of choice. Doesn't have to be alcoholic in a variety. Whatever you need to do. All right, quick recap. We got a lot to get through tonight. Unfortunately, the news station, apparently, it's not part of my cable package anymore. So we're going to have to get that back for next week. But instead, we're going to cover the Twitter ordeal with Frosted Caribou, and then we're going to get back into the investigation of the people that are altering cards. So stay tuned for that. Let's do a little recap here real quick. We got the first up entire process shown, a new footage of Pokemon cards being designed, printed and all that stuff. So if you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. It's wild to me that this existed or recently popped up. Very cool footage. Shows the entire process. I didn't think we would ever get anything of the sort, but we did. So check out that video if you haven't. I'm sure most of you have. We had the Naoki Sato. We got the Pokemon card artist spotlight. I love doing these. It's cool to look through a set of artworks all done by the same artist. You recognize them time and time again when sets come out, but it's cool to see them all in one place and kind of pick your favorite. One of my favorite things to do. We had all kinds of openings. We had ZX, we had some Evolving Skies, we had some Pogo. Pretty much given up on Pogo at this point in time. I think we're good. We gotta be singles to polish that bad boy off at this point. We're calling it quits. We had Pokemotions number 2, Fear, which was definitely better than the first one, which was Curious, I believe. Fear is a little bit easier to find cards that really express that. And a little bit less up for debate whether it is or not. And then last but not least, we have How Good is Pokemon Card Advice from Reddit. What is that, episode 5? Pretty sweet. So interesting to see. You get a lot of newcomers there, so you see what they're asking, what they're seeing. Kind of the perspective of a newcomer coming into the hobby, finding fake cards, finding or asking, trying to figure out how to find values on things, getting scammed, getting all kinds of stuff. So let's get on into it. Love you guys. Thanks for being here for the premiere. Thanks to everyone watching later on. Let's go. Damn, I just caught myself. Did I say let's go like a J-boy? Disregard. Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to talk about the absolutely ridiculous Frosted Caribou reaction and actions taken on what started out as a pretty mild comment / criticism, if you can call it that. So what happened, for any of you that haven't seen, Frosted Caribou posted a photo of her Staff Champions Festival card from Worlds. She then argued with someone in the comments before posting this, I would call it a witch hunt, that we have on screen. We'll read through the comments here. She says to her fan base, I guess I've now interacted with the first Unite player that I've found not to be a chill person. Bummer. Hiding behind a dog emoji doesn't make this any less transparent, by the way. Okay, so we got the conversation here. Apparently the initial interaction was a comment by Ahmad. It said, put it in a sleeve so you don't damage the card. And, okay. I mean, I've definitely heard that. I have people tell me all kinds of stuff that is definitely more mean-spirited than that is, but Book snaps back with, or you could stop telling other people what to do with their own cards. Just an idea. Which, okay, maybe you just want to give them a little clapping. Ahmad then gives the dog emoji. I guess that was the trigger factor. The dog emoji, the cute dog emoji, was it. That's the last straw. That's it. That's all. Was the initial and the dog emoji, were they both stupid and unnecessary comments? Absolutely. Does everyone get those? Of course. If you're a content creator of any size, you get much worse than this. It's kind of part of it. This is pretty tame in my books, from what I've seen, from what people have told me. And yeah, just like the initial comment here, she's gonna snap back. She's gonna give him a little taste of her own, and dog emoji. That's it. Does it mean? Apparently, everyone wants to think that it means bitch. I thought maybe like it was like a woof or a all bark, no bite. But really, in the end, who cares? I did end up reaching out and found out that it was just a dog. It was meant to just call her a dog. Not appropriate in any way. But as a public figure, which my apologies, Frosted Caribou, but that's what you are. You're gonna get stupid comments. I get stupid comments. Everyone gets stupid comments. Everyone that's on any platform that has any sort of following, that has any sort of viewership, is going to get stupid comments. You're going to get mean comments. It's the internet, and that's part of it. Unfortunately, that's what it comes down to. When you're a micro celebrity, if that's what you want to be called, that's probably what it classifies as, and it comes with the territory. I highly doubt that he was telling her to sleeve it because she's a woman. That's, I guess, the stretch there. If we want to make it full stretch, it means bitch. It means that the sleeve thing from the very get-go, nothing to do with the fact that she decided that she was going to be hostile to his original comment. The whole thing, like I said, people tell me all the time to sleeve things, to do the pack trick, that I'm opening the pack wrong, that I'm not doing it fast enough, I'm doing it too fast. Who cares? That's all it comes down to. Who cares? There's no way this should ever bother you in any capacity. So, what's the issue here, you ask? So, the issue here is that Frosted Caribou posted this to her 17.7 thousand Twitter followers, who she should know are going to attack this guy with 169 followers at this point. She gets a dog emoji, and in return, himself and the person that was one of the people that were defending him, they get death threats from the simps and the deranged Twitter followers that are just looking to pile onto something. Dog pile. Ironic because of the dog emoji. Probably. So, as a content creator, you have to realize that you are capable of that. You're very capable of that. I would like to think you know what you're doing here. It comes down to whether you're a man or you're a woman, whoever you are, you have to be the bigger person and ignore the stupid criticism in the comment section from somebody that doesn't have a platform. Whether they're having a bad day, you're having a bad day, whatever, there's no excuse for it. It's a mean comment at most. The person is not like committing murder. They're not hurting anyone else. They're saying mean words. In this case, not very many mean words. Eventually, it led to a dog emoji. But if that's what it comes down to, I don't know what to tell you. Like this, there's no way anyone should be defending this in any capacity. No one should be defending his statements. They were dumb. That happens all the time in comment sections. Again, whether you're a man, a woman, whoever making content, it's gonna happen. So even if you really feel like you need to stick in a snarky reply every now and then to feel better about it, go ahead. But don't you can't expect them not to fight back at that point. So just to send a mob after someone who isn't in the spotlight and just made a dumb comment is it's not acceptable. You can't defend that in any way. No matter how hard you want to twist this and the fact that like she's the victim here, it's not. That's not what it is. This is someone abusing their platform to win an argument or to punish somebody for arguing with them in the comment section. So I guess I don't know if you realize this, but you should probably consider yourself very lucky to be in the position that you are. Doing something that's a hobby that hopefully you enjoy, to make a living and to be as successful as you have been at it for as little time as you've spent in it is unheard of. And turning that around, using that following to punish anyone who disagrees with you, probably a little bit of a misuse there. Alright, so on what is probably a lighter note, let's see what deranged Twitter is doing in protest. It looks like they are destroying cards to show that they don't need to be sleeved. You heard that right. And aren't these the same people who complain that they don't have enough money? Like, Frosted Caribou, the ones that crowdfund for a new computer instead of purchasing it themselves. You would think that I guess a major spokesperson for Pokemon at this point, probably what you would consider, and these Pokemon trading card game player enthusiasts would want to make a better name for the community, for themselves. But no, myself, I know that I'm definitely not going to speak on Pokemon's behalf. I don't expect them to send me anything in the mail. I'm okay with that. But here we go. Number one example, we have the coaster. When someone calls it chalky milk, you can be pretty sure that you're dealing with someone who is both mature and definitely not seeking attention. So here we have three cards here. Apparently, I don't know if you guys have known this all along, but today I learned that Pokemon trading card game players make too much money. All right, example number 2, we have the foot. So first off, guys, if you're going to step on a card for a photo, for whatever reason, make sure to vacuum first. And can it please not be the grossest foot of all time? Anyone, please get somebody else to step on it for you if you need to. I mean, if you have ugly feet, sure, I guess there's nothing you can do about it. Go to town. We can't really judge you on that, but for the love of God, cut your toenails and clean the dirt that's underneath them. I'm both grossed out and embarrassed for you. And here's the last one. I guess we're licking champions festivals now. Here's the attention that you were seeking. Enjoy. After this and the foot, never have I ever wanted to only collect cards pulled myself from a pack so badly. So you guys remember when Frosted Caribou was up in arms about Gary saying that a signature did not add value to a card? That it was, what did she say, disrespectful to the artist? Wouldn't you consider these even more disrespectful? Maybe, maybe not. Hey, Caribouner, Caribou Simp, I know you're listening in. Get in here and read some of the unhinged Twitter comments for us. I don't have the patience to do so. I mean the totally justified outrage. Can you just read them, please?
Oh, hell nah. Fight mode activated. I'm not sure why anyone would want to be rude to Frosted Caribou. She seems to be the happiest person ever. She cracks me up during Worlds. But then again, she doesn't need some random dude to defend her, so I'm out. You're famous to us, boo. Us Caribouners believe in your fame. It is wild what some men will find to mansplain to you. Wow. As a woman, I of course keep my most valuable cards in a bag of gravel and broken glass, so they're super safe. Hurdy face? How dare you not take what he says as a divine commandment, oh lowly woman? Oh, that was sarcasm, just in case. Just don't. I wasn't serious. Imagine explaining sleeves to a competitive TCG player. Rolling my eyes. Sigh. The season of unsolicited advice never ends. Did you get mansplained over card sleeves by the whole internet? Good lord. Anyway, guys, I need to lay down for a little bit. I get a little too worked up. I'm out of breath. I need a rest.
All right, that is enough of that. Hey guys, welcome back to the investigation. We got the Altered Cards investigation going on. Before we get into the new findings, we gotta take a step back here. Dylan's Collectibles would like to make a clarification, just because he was recommending a card altering business, that he disagreed with the fact that I was cracking down on these card altering businesses, if you want to call them that. It's not because he used any of them. It's not because he agrees with them. It's because he's dumb. And the fact that he can't type something that makes sense is largely to do with the fact that he has shaky hands. So now that we got that out of the way, do what you will, as you will. Was he recommending them solely based on the fact that he doesn't know what he's talking about and just felt like he should? I have no idea. Do what you got to do. But more importantly, we got a little bit of a spotlight on our boy Retro.x today, who initially thought this was funny and free advertisement. It seems like now he's trying to hide his tracks. Funny now, isn't it? So, Retro.x, just a quick question. Do you think that we don't have your highlights saved? Are you really that dumb? So, even though you don't like to show your face and name, do you think I don't have access to that information? Are you serious? You think that's something that people can't find? Are you breaking any laws? Are you doing everything by the book? Kind of doubt it. So maybe it isn't in your best interest to hide, or maybe it's in your best interest to go away altogether. I'm going to go ahead and suggest the latter. All right, so those highlights, what do they include? It's the cards for his customers and a link to their Instagram accounts, which are linked to everything else about those people. Pretty sweet. So what seemed like a great marketing idea, really big brain Retro.x here at the time, is now evidence against you and everyone involved that had their cards altered by you. Wicked. So everyone, just to let you know, everyone in this Retro.x alteration circle jerk, you can't play hide and seek. It's too late. It's the internet. It's forever. It's all very saved. And I like to think this is kind of funny because we got the like Hansel and Gretel fairy tale with Germans. I'm pretty sure they're German. They got German names, right? They left a trail of breadcrumbs, and now we have these scammers leaving a trail of breadcrumbs, but only the breadcrumbs are posts and stories that you all tagged yourself in. So in this episode, we're largely going to be looking at deleted posts. Take note, if you purchased anything from the following accounts, you are probably in trouble. You probably have an altered card on your hands. We have BGS_BaseSat_German. We got the nice little Retro.x indicator here, which tells us, oopsie doopsie, you're probably involved. We got Pull Up My Life. Very cute. So we have this account, Poke Odd Cards 9.5, who is deleting his story highlights. Are these guys getting worried? I'd have to say yes. He had a first edition Glurak Charizard, German Charizard pull in his stories, which is gone. There's a PSA 10 Glurak post also gone. Are they concerned that this is all easily traceable? Because it is, and as you can see, it's all saved. So let's take a look through here at some of these posts. This is the Charizard in question. This is the Charizard after Retro.x. Thank you very much for tagging Retro.x in this. Makes it very easy to trace back. Unfortunately, it's all saved before you got rid of all of these posts. We got print lines gone. Thank you for indicating that. Why is it always the Scammerinos? They love the hands up emoji and they love the prayer hands. They love those two emotes. I don't know what it is. It's like a J-boy hand signal. Instead of turning left, they're turning J-boy. We have another Before Pack Fresh pulled by myself 2 days ago. Very nice of you to document the entire thing. Clean AF. Here we go. We got the hands again. All right. Story tomorrow. This man has some serious skills, just in case you guys were wondering. Here's the nice Retro.x portrait, self-portrait. If he doesn't look like a slime ball in his avatar, I don't know what to tell you. We got the Sabrina's Gengar. Very nice. So if you guys haven't put this together, Poke Odd Cards 9.5 is the same guy who cracked tons of SGC slabs with Retro.x in the first video. In the first video investigation on this, they altered all of those cards on the same day. Very, very cute. Very, very cute that you're trying to delete your posts, and we're going to take a look at them all right now because, we might as well have this online. We might as well have it as easily public information that anyone can have access to before they make any purchases from you, because everyone should have the right to know that you're altering your cards and then you're trying to sell them to people. Whether you're selling them now, whether you're selling them later, everyone should be worried about everything that you're selling. So here's his Instagram profile before he edited and deleted his stories. Very cool. Got the pull up my life indicator there. We got the Sabrina's Gengar 9.5. We got the Dark Dragonite. So here's the thing too. If you did purchase something from these individuals, and if you're wondering, hey, did I end up with the one that is definitely most certainly advertised as altered? Well, you can refer back to this video. You got images here. If you have a swirl in this spot on your Dark Dragonite that you got from Polka Odd Cards 9.5, you got an altered boy. And you got a nice tag here for Retro.x, the Alterino of all Alterinos. Again, Retro, I suggest you just straight up leave altogether. You can hide posts all you want. It's not going to help you. Double swirl reveal, Retro.x. We got the Lugia here again. Beautiful part about these cards is the fact that the hollow pattern, the location of the dots of the swirls of all this on the hollow itself is all very unique to each individual card, and you can match it up that way. You can be absolutely almost 100% certain that if you got a Polka Odd Cards it's hard to even say it, Polka Odd Cards 9.5 Lugia, and it's got a swirl, or what he's calling a double swirl in this location, you got dicked. Here's the before. So this is what you're dealing with. You got this card that was altered to result in this card. Congratulations, you got shafted. Hopefully you can get some sort of refund on this, and or maybe there needs to be some sort of lawsuit publicly against someone that's doing this, that's altering these cards and selling them off. We'll have to see. All right, Charizard Lover 1995. It's your time to shine, buddy. Here we have a repeat and a loyal customer of Retro.x. So let's take a look here. You got to be concerned again that everything that's ever been sold by Charizard Lover 1995 has been altered. Is it altered? Probably. Do you know for sure? Who knows? But I would go ahead and say don't buy anything, especially if it's in an AOG case. So let's give this a scroll here. We're going to scroll through the profile. Again, if we need to see any of this in detail, we got the Dragonite here, which is definitely a concerning copy. We got the Dragonite here again. Once again, you gotta be a little concerned about these bad boys in the AOG case, because AOG can't make up its mind whether they're grading altered cards, not grading altered cards, whether they want to accept cards even with warning signals when people contact them and say these are being submitted to you and they're altered. They want to play dumb and they want to take your money to put your crap in plastic. So it sounds pretty typical grading company, but maybe a little bit worse because they're like straight up trying to, they're not trying to do anything about it other than, I'm sure you'll see a comment down below, because they like to comment on these videos and defend themselves in different ways, conflicting stuff. Sometimes they'll edit their comment, but it's okay. We'll save that before they do get a chance to edit it, and we'll be able to see what they originally said. So Charizard Lover, let's see what you got here. We got some items for sale. So this is a little bit concerning because people probably purchase these. And you know what? If it's an AOG, if it's from Charizard Lover 1995, it probably was in the hands of Retro.x beforehand. So if you want to take a look at the cert numbers on screen here to see if you purchased any of these, you probably got shafted. Don't buy cards from Charizard Lover 1995, as they are probably likely altered. So weird. We got everything here. We got a whole lot of we have more for sale. I guess we'll just go through all the for sale stuff. I believe these were deleted, if I'm not mistaken. So again, this is probably trying to cover his traces, his tracks. If you know anyone that was purchasing these cards, please give them a little bit of a warning. If you see any posts, sale posts by these individuals that are featured in the video, be sure to warn everyone that is involved. If it's somewhere that needs to be flagged, if it's somewhere where you can leave a comment and hopefully it doesn't get deleted, and you can warn others. Maybe you need to DM others that are interested in this stuff. Maybe you need to contact admins and hope that they're not shady admins that are letting this stuff go on. But regardless, this is sketchy stuff. This is stuff that you definitely want to avoid. Certain numbers here. If there's any, should be able to see them all in the video. But if not, just reach out if there's any particular ones that you can't see the cert and you think you might have purchased it. So here we got the Alugias. Ruined a lot of very beautiful cards, many of which are of the German variety, but also a lot of English as well. See, I think there's some French mixed in at a certain point. Unfortunate, we lost some Typhlosions to the Alteration gang. Here we got the Scyther Nidoqueen and Relaxo, aka Snorlax. So as you can see here, we got special labels. We got AOG just grading this stuff left and right. So when they let on in the comment section that they're not grading this stuff, they were warned about this individual sending them some very altered cards. They knew it was coming through Retro-Dex. They knew all the details, and they were still grading cards from Charizard Lover 1995. So even though if it's not Retro-Dex directly submitting this stuff, they were warned that the cards were being altered and being submitted by another person who was getting them altered by Retro-Dex, and they're still grading them. So if you have something in an AOG case, it doesn't add any value. In fact, I would avoid purchasing anything AOG altogether, because chances are the majority of what they get for submissions is probably this altered stuff. It's pretty much what it comes down to. I would imagine that the large amount of their stuff that they're getting in are these altered cards by Retro and or their previous partner who was altering cards. So time and time again, I don't know what to tell you guys. This is just something that we're gonna have to come up with a list, and we're gonna have to drive these individuals out of the hobby. Still looking into, have narrowed down some of the methods that are going on here. Going to make sure that everyone is aware, once I have it all sorted out, how to identify all of this stuff. Again, if these guys would like to reach out and assist, looking at you, Pokegeo dudes, who was partnered with AOG. Remember that, guys? I accidentally misspoke a little bit in the last one, but it doesn't mean that these cards here, the Retro-Dex cards, aren't ending up at AOG, and they were informed that they were. It was actually Pokegeo dudes that were partnered with AOG. So they don't care. They clearly do not care if the cards coming in are altered. That's all it comes down to. Stay the hell away from AOG. They can keep commenting as much as they want in the comment section. We'll have to do a little montage of like all the ways that they've contradicted themselves. But yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. Okay, so we're going to take a look through a lot of the Retro-Dex deleted stories here, highlights, whatever you want to call them, basically indicating who we should be avoiding doing business with in the Pokemon community. So we're going to go through here. Good job, Retro, for documenting all of this for us. Made it very easy to capture all of it. First up, we have Poke Artie. All right, guys, stay away from Poke Artie. Danger. We have Blastoise_VM04, and you can see here when they're shouting out Retro-Dex for the fine alteration that they did. That's a big old red flag. You definitely do not want anything from Blastoise_VM04. We got some before and after, just in case Retro-Dex didn't incriminate himself enough with this stuff. We got lots of before and after. He removed scratches from the hollow foil area. Again, if scratches are removed from the hollow foil, there's alteration taking place. That's as simple as it gets. We got Grease Deef. No, I don't care to look up how to pronounce your name. You suck. You're a sucky person. Here we got the PGS, which is very cool. We have we have the altered PGS cards. So again, guys, we got the posts here with the PGS stuff. If PGS can't figure this out and can't null these cert numbers, there's no helping them. They're just as scammy as the scammers that are scamming through them. So again, if you're buying graded cards, even if they're from some kind of temporary grading company, make sure it's not AOG, make sure it's not PGS, because they're the worst of the worst. Love the Retro.x tag here. All right. So next up, we got this Blaine's Moltres. So Pokemofi, you're on the list. Congratulations. Way to go. Lottie cards. Awesome sauceum. Way to go. All right. So here's the platinum grading. So if this isn't an indicator enough to you that the grading company can be tagged in something right beside somebody that is openly altering cards and not do anything about this, that just goes to show how complacent and how ridiculous these grading companies are. These are the worst of the worst. So I'm critical of some of the bigger ones, your PSA, your BGS, your CGC. But at this point, when you're knowingly and continuously partnering and getting tagged or getting tagged in posts where known alteration people are submitting cards to you, that's just next level. You're part of the underground shithole of shittiness, and you don't deserve anyone's business. This is absolutely unethical. People are going to, people that are new to the hobby or who aren't aware of the fact that you're grading these altered things are buying these cards thinking that this crap around the card itself means something, and it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. It should devalue the card that's inside it, if anything. I know we talk about junk slabs every now and then. This is like reverse junk slab. This is so junk that it actually should make the card inside less valuable, in my opinion. Here, again and again, how many times do you need to be tagged in the same post as people that alter cards before you do anything about it? You don't, because you're complacent and you're part of it. You're part of the problem. Here we have more story highlights. Wicked Dicked, deleted. But are they? We still have them. Deleted story highlights from Retro.x. Retro.x. You can't hide this stuff. I don't know what you think you're gonna like. Oopsie doopsie. I never altered anything. No one saved it. Here we have some before and after. German alteration at its finest. We got some video clips here, most of which have like music and stuff like that. So give you an idea of what is being altered, what's going on. We're going to see some more names in here. Pokemon Vintage Zone. Probably someone you want to avoid at this point. Again, once you're taking Retro.x, you're giving them a halo. This is your angel. Your guardian angel of altering cards and effing people in the B. That's what we're coming down to here. Or maybe this is a gold ring. I'm not sure. You guys let me know. Next up, we got some... Oh, look at this. Look at all these tags. We got Tommy_D.E. We got Cyajin Killian. And we got Finn B8. If you could, Retro, if you could keep doing this, that would be great. Just make sure, like, just tag the living hell out of every single customer so we can know who is submitting cards to you or has submit cards to you and who we can never purchase from ever again. Because those are 3 of them. We had some before and afters, more evidence, more before and after evidence of removing scratches from these holographic vintage cards. We got the Erica's Clefable, Sucky Ducky. We got the Lieutenant Surge's Magneton. Lots of holo on that bad boy. Lots of alteration going on. All right, Redox cards. We've seen that name already. So you know what? When it keeps popping up, when you got the prayer hands, when you got the halo, the angel dog emojis, and you are praising Retro.x, yeah, there's a good chance most of your cards are probably altered. Stay the hell away from Redox cards. _Pokemon _collector 90 _. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of underscores. But there you go, another avoid at all costs. We have Umbreon Collection 1, who is not only getting Umbreons altered, but also we got Ho-Ohs. That's the Ho-Oh that we've seen a few times now. That's the owner, or was the owner, if you purchased the Ho-Oh. And it has this pattern on the holographic. And these remaining scratches, you got shafted by Umbreon Collection 1 and Retro-X. Here we even have a recommendation, so that's how you know this person is an absolute shitter. Can fix your cards. Yes, it's possible. If you more see before and after additions, DM him, smiley face. All right, sweet broken English. We got some flip, please, which makes sense. That most of these people are getting these cards altered and then flipping them to make a buck off of unsuspecting buyers. So some flip, please, I guess is a pretty appropriate name. Once again, guys, do not buy anything from some flip, please. You will get shafted in the butt. They are recommending Retro-X and his alteration service. Here's another one. Some flip, please, again. Another. We got his cards that came back. We got a whole lot of fixie dixies here. Every now and then we don't have anyone tagged. We just have the cards in question. Again, if you got it from anyone, if you're gonna have to watch through these videos and match up which of these cards got altered, unless we can put together some sort of alphabetical guide of cards to avoid, especially in the German stuff. You're gonna want to watch through these videos and make sure that you didn't end up with this copy, because it's not good. It's altered, and it is worth less than it was when it was scratched up. All right, here we have the Umbreon once again. We have the Houndoom once again, and here we have we got the Grease Dife. Grease Dife, is that how you pronounce it? Oh, so it seems if you're buying anything from Greasy here, you got greased over, because it seems like he's in deep here and he's going hard on the Retro-X alteration. And it's probably safe at this point to assume all of his cards are altered. Every single one of them. We got a French Gold Star Charizard here, altered in the butt. Pokemon Vintage Zone. We got a triple threat here. We're using the prayer hands. Bad sign, guys. Bad sign. Prayer hands. Get them out of here. Do not. That's J-Boy material. I guess this is just the next. That is part of the video, which is kind of lame. We got the Scyther. We got a Typhlosion. Very cool. Very altered. Keeps going and going. So as you can tell, guys, there's a lot. So it's probably pretty safe to assume that you want to just avoid anyone that's directly involved here, to the point that they're getting tagged, to the point that they're submitting this stuff and praising and prayer handing the living crap out of all these people. Here's the Charizard Lover 1995 collection of altered cards. Very nice of them to highlight all of these. Here we go. We got Tommy _D.E once again. Very altered, very Umbreon. Here we got a little before and after. So it doesn't get better. It certainly does not get better. Guys, here's Redox cards once again. You know what? You probably don't want your name. If you're going to get your cards altered, you probably don't want a shout out from your boy here. Oh, here's a new one. We have Maria _Knight 007. Very, very James Bond of you to get your cards altered, I guess. We got a Clefairy shouting out the Retro-X here. I don't know if you know what you're getting yourself into here, but no one should be buying cards from Maria _Knight 007. In my opinion. Gyarados. We got some Scratchy Watchies. We got Pokemarv. The Pokemarv. Congratulations to the Pokemarv. You're on the list. We got the Gyarados photos once again. Scratchy Datchies in the butt. Here we get the Halo again. We love the Halo. We love the religious symbols on all of these altered cards. Gotta give them the shiny Halo. The Gyarados alteration confirmed altered. We got the before and after of the Ho-Oh once again. Very altered. Very Ho-Oh. Alright. Retro-Dex. Giving us a next story here. Here we got the before and after on the Venusaur. Lots of holo on that boy. Once again. Tagging himself. Showing that he did what he did. We got lots of greasies. Greasy, you are one altering mother effer. We got the Retro-Dex tag down below, so you know these people are definitely using and abusing the system as much as possible. Polka Gold Star, Polka_Gold Star. Congratulations, you're on the list for your Moltres and who knows what else. Again, this is only the... it's probably pretty safe to assume that the individuals that are tagging back and forth with Retro-Dex about altering cards, they probably didn't post every single card that they had altered. Maybe they're doing this to S Retro's D and get a little bit of a discount, a little back around, reach around retro deal. So yeah, Maria, you're out. Grease Knife, you're also out. We got the Vaporeon. We got the, looks like we're going for all of the evolutions here. We got all three very altered evolutions. Very cool. All right, let's keep it going here. We got a Gyarados there. I guess we only got into the Espeon. We didn't get to the other evolutions. We got the Gyarados. We got the Raikou. Again, sucky that we got Skyridge cards that they're ruining now as well. We got the Grease, we got the Suicune, and we got the Houndoom on a rock. All of which very altered. You're probably going to want to look and see if this is your copy. You got the little nice indicator up here in the sky. A couple other little indicators. We got the video as well. If you guys need to see any of those. We got we can identify that pretty easily with the quad dots on the right hand side, the triple dots above the head. Very nice of them to provide a video so that we can see the exact holo pattern on all of these very altered cards, so that we can narrow down which one it is. This is all stuff that should be logged by the grading companies if they were responsible, if they actually did any sort of work other than looking at your card for 30 seconds. I think it's 30 seconds if they look at the card and they slap it in the holder, the entire process. So it's probably looking at the card for 10 seconds, slapping a 1 through 10 on it, printing off that label, usually getting the label right, but not always. We're going to take a look through these real quick just so that people, if they ended up accidentally buying these from Grizzy McWisey, that they don't end up being able to not identify which one it is. So the video gives a pretty good indication of where the holo pattern is at, what it should look like, what it is, and we'll identify if it's the same, if it's the exact same card. Here Maria was nice enough to give us a little slideshow here of the cards going through. It does look like there's a little bit of scuffage on the holo area, which could be just that they were a little aggressive on their process and left some traces behind to indicate that yes, the scratches were removed. We see any kind of smudge and or fogging of sorts on the holographic area, then that's also definitely an indicator that something was messed with, that the scratches were removed either by filling or removing the area around it. So that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it in terms of the stories. We got them all. We got them all retro. Don't worry. We just maybe you accidentally deleted all of these, but it's okay. We got you covered. We got them all backed up for you if you ever need to post them again. Okay, so before we end here, let's take a look at AOG's recent statement on the last video that was put out, the second video. They say, hey again, this time we'd like to be as clear as possible. At 1350, we are not partnered nor have any other direct relation to Retro-Dex. This information statement is just wrong. So they do have a relation. They don't have a partnership. That was me misspeaking. I meant Pokegeodude, not Retro-Dex. They still acquired and knowingly acquired cards from Retro-Dex. There was people that have sent messages to AOG with nothing done about it, that people were sending Retro-Dex cards in, namely the Charizard Lover 1995 specifically. So if you're going to accept from people who are knowingly doing that on a continuous basis, you haven't done anything about it, then you do have a relation because you've been warned that the cards are coming from that specific location. So here they're gonna play the old, oh, it's just cleaning, guys. It's only cleaning. Turn away. It's only cleaning here. They say we highly recommend cleaning cards off dirt and dust before grading without chemicals except of water. We have multiple processes in place to check each individual card for residue of wax slash acid and checking on color spectrum slash spread levels. If we encounter the slightest hint of alteration, we don't grade those cards and return them as they are. That's not what you said before. We're going to take a look back at that. You said that they get deducted if you do encounter it. So this is not the case. You were made aware that the Charizard Lover 1995 was sending you altered cards. You did nothing about it. They came back in AOG cases. I don't know what to tell you. You're lying, or you're dumb and you don't know what's going on. That's it. There's one or the other. But with the conflicting statements that you've made on the videos, the edited posts that you've made, the edited comments that you've made in the comment section of these previous videos, goes to show what kind of a character. You shouldn't be commenting on my videos anyway if you were a company that had any amount of professionalism. But here we are. We're gonna pull our best liquid marketplace, and we're gonna leave comments on YouTube videos to try to defend ourselves, when clearly there's no defending yourself because you're caught. You're caught with your dick out. That's all there is to it. We do not support alteration of cards in any manner. You sure do, because you're grading them. You're knowingly grading them. You were made aware of people that were submitting graded cards, even if you don't have the means to detect them. You knew who was sending them in. You knew who was getting their cards heavily altered and sent into you. I mean, you don't even have to do the research on it. You just have to ban the account that's submitting the cards that are altered. You have people sending you evidence of the cards being altered coming through Retro-Dex. You might as well just take them from Retro himself at that point. If you encounter any issues on cards graded with us, please feel free to contact us, and we're more than happy to investigate on the topic. Well, no, you weren't happy to investigate on the topic when people were warning you that there were cards being submitted that were altered. Now it's an issue because I'm making videos. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes we got to make some noise here. That's what the channel is kind of all about. If you're a scammer, if you're getting in on the scammer, if you're taking dollar bills from the scammers as a grading company, I am going to drag the living hell out of you. You deserve it. You knowingly did this. You knew what was going on. You did nothing about it. You could have made a statement. You could have pulled back all of those cards, which would have cost you a lot of money, but now it's going to cost you more. It's going to cost you your reputation because now you're lying in the comment section here. I misspoke. You're lying. Further, we always try to provide information on important topics regardless where they occur. You sure don't. You were warned. Once again, you were warned that you were receiving altered cards. You did nothing about it. You were partnered with somebody that was altering cards. I don't see any indication of you doing anything about it other than the fact that now you're going to say that you're like happy that they stopped altering cards, which hard to say if they even have, because they're a little bit hesitant on even helping me out with the investigation. So until they do that, it's probably safe to assume that they're still submitting altered cards to you. They're just not advertising it, or they're not, maybe they're doing it on their own cards. Who knows? Do you know? Probably not. Do you even care? Also probably not. We treat every opinion with respect as we want to further improve our services with every feedback. No, you sure don't. When you start calling it like, oh, well, some people like that cards are altered, so it's on the fence, so we're neutral. No, you're not neutral. You're assisting people who are altering cards to take advantage of others. At the same time, we wish for and expect a transparent overview of the entire industry. We feel it is inappropriate to attack us for our decision to take a stand on the topic addressed and spreading misinformation. Not misinformation. I did misspeak at one point in time. You were partnered with Pokegeo dudes who were altering cards. not Retro-Dex. You're still accepting cards from Retro-Dex knowingly. I got the receipts. Do we want to see the receipts? Do you need to see the receipts? You can check your own emails. You've been warned. You've been warned that you're receiving cards that were altered by Retro, and you took the money and you graded them regardless. You're full of shit. Absolutely full of shit. We do our best to offer our services as professionally, transparently, and objectively as possible, and distance ourselves from any kind of altering of trading cards. No, you don't. You sure don't. You should, but you don't. So here's the original statement. We'll go back through that, and then we'll call it a video. Great respect for the very informative and insightful video on a topic that has divided the community into two camps for quite some time. Once again, it's not two camps. It's people taking advantage of people that don't know that it was going on, and grading companies that are helping them do so. Nevertheless, we would like to take the opportunity to express our neutral point of view on this quite delicate matter. It is it's a delicate matter because it's you, a grading company, helping people scam others out of their hard-earned money. If we notice on the basis of various characteristics that the card has obviously been processed, I think they meant altered here. They just want to avoid using the term, which has, of course, already happened. We will either punish this with above average strict deductions. Here you go. One statement, they're saying they automatically send it back ungraded. Another statement, they said that they're going to give it back, but they're going to take more off of the grade because it's altered, even if they do detect that it's altered. That's the most ridiculous crap and BS you could possibly spout. You're not even consistent with your own statements online. I mean, it's kind of to be expected when you have something along the lines of what is supposed to be a company, a professional company that's giving professional opinions on your trading cards, that is commenting on YouTube videos instead of responding to emails and shutting down the bad practices that are happening. As a result, guess what? You've been featured on here a few times, and you're still going to be featured more as more comes out about how you were knowingly grading altered cards. Here they say, or even send back the card ungraded. So what's the determining factor there? What makes it just get punished a little bit harder versus getting sent back ungraded? Either way, it's an altered card, and if it's detected altered, it shouldn't be graded. However, we will not send cards back ungraded just because the submitter has already sent cards for preparation in the past. We always like to compare the situation with the cleaning or polishing of a car. So here they're justifying it, but not only that, they refuse to ban anyone that has previously, they're calling it preparation still, but it's alteration. Previously altered cards. So you can send in as many altered cards as you want to AOG. They're not going to, they're not going to ban you. That'd be too far. As long as the card is only cleaned, we see no reason to not grade the card here. That is not what, Jesus, the inconsistencies in the statement, and I get that English isn't your first language, but at the same time, you're clearly saying that you allow it sometimes, you don't allow it other times, and then on the most recent statement, you never allow it, then you swap it up and you're saying that it's cleaning now, but it's not cleaning, but you're cleaning and polishing. That's alteration. If you have any sort of science background, any sort of background whatsoever, and you can't see or understand what polishing or cleaning of, polishing of a car does, if you're buffing out scratches on a car, that's not altering the car. It is. It's like if you get into a car accident, usually in most places you have to declare the fact that the car was in an accident, if it had work done on it, etc. Same thing should go with the cards. If for some reason you really want to alter a card, there's not really any way of tracing it. A car has a VIN number. If you're altering cards, and I guess at that point there's a number on the graded slab, but someone can crack it out and sell it otherwise. So it's not a good solution. It's bad. It's all around bad. You're bad. The people that are doing this are bad. It's all around bad. Within the context of a legal cleaning, only fine foreign particles or micro scratches can be removed. No, at that point it's altering, which in our opinion is completely legitimate. So again, you can't even decide what is altering or not altering. There's this line where apparently it's fine, and it's not fine at the same time. It's just up to your discretion whether or not something's altered, even though it's clearly altered according to the premise of you're adding or removing material, just like you would if you were coloring something in. just like you would if you're trimming a card, you're altering the card. Print lines whitening or heavier scratches as well as dirt, on the other hand, remain and can only be removed with the use of aggressive chemical substances, and thus usually only with obvious residue. And that is exactly what is punished accordingly, as already mentioned. So again, here's the double standard conflicting comment here, where we're saying that it's going to be punished if you alter a card. If there's residue indicating that you altered the card, you're going to be punished, but sometimes they also send it back. We can assure 100% that we have kept a very close eye on this from the very beginning. Among other things, our community appreciates the AOG brand because of this accuracy and the transparency demonstrated from the very beginning. Well, they shouldn't be. They should be very upset that they spent any amount of money, because the AOG logo means absolutely nothing if you're grading altered cards knowingly. Now that I'm seeing that people were actually warning you on the people that were sending in the altered cards, and you did nothing about it other than return them back, whether or not they got a ding in grades, it doesn't look like it to me. But yeah, you got to be consistent, and you're anything but. Finally, please note that the cooperation with the Poco Geo Dude was established long before the temporary offer of the Geo Smart Fix service. We chose them because of their many years of grading experience and really appreciate these guys as a partner. However, this does not mean that we endorse or even support all of their services. So how many cards did you grade after their introduction of the Geo Smart Fix, and how many did they test on you amongst the other grading companies where they were sending them in altered before they offered it? Had you caught any of that, you definitely should have immediately cut it all off. We distanced ourselves from this, and we were all the more pleased that they no longer offer Geo Smart Fix. Doesn't matter. If they were altering cards in the past, you have to expect that they're probably doing something similar at the present, where they reached out to me and expected to give me a little handy in exchange for not dragging them. It's not going to happen. I don't care. You still did it. You still are probably doing it. And if you're not willing to help resolve the issue, then you're part of the problem. Nevertheless, we are aware of the fact that different opinions circulate within the community, and of course we respect them. No, there's no different opinions. Your opinion and your system is flawed. It's shady. You're taking money for stuff that shouldn't be graded. And that's why you're doing it for the money. And instead of helping out the community and being some kind of actual meaningful grading company with a name behind it, you ruined your own name. That's what it comes down to. You ruined your own name for some submissions for the dollar bills. And for that, you can suck a fat one. At the same time, we would like to thank you for largely neutral clarification on the topic in general, and hope that we were able to bring light into darkness with our transparent approach as always. So there you go, guys. Sometimes they grade altered cards, sometimes they deduct from them even though they notice them, sometimes they claim that they send them all back ungraded. They're full of shit, every single bit of it. Don't worry, all you other altering dudes and dudettes, you'll be in the next one. We got lots to cover on that, so we're gonna call it a day on this episode, and we'll be back next time. Make sure you guys look after each other out there. If you see anyone selling any of the stuff that has been shown in these videos, make sure you warn others. Look after each other out there. Make sure you join the Discord. We're gonna work this out. We're gonna get rid of this nonsense. See you next time. Bye.